Hello everyone, my name is Al, and welcome to a professional match of StarCraft 2. Today, I've got what I think is going to be quite a special one. In the top right corner, our yellow Terran player from South Korea, he is GuMiho. And in the bottom left corner, our purple Zerg from Finland, who else but Serral. Now, I am super excited for this. Now, what I know about this game is not much. I haven't seen this game. All that I know is that it is a slightly longer game, and it's between Serral and GuMiho. I mean, do we need any two more contrasting players playing against each other? Maybe you can find, but in my mind, this is about as contrasting as it gets. So let's talk about GuMiho first. GuMiho is a Terran that he lost the rule book of what Terrans have to do in matchups. He does not necessarily follow the standard build orders that other Terrans are doing. He just kind of does his own thing. And somehow it works for him so well. He pulls off some really insane victories. He's become almost known for just doing anti-timings the whole time. You know, when people are expecting things to happen, GuMiho just doesn't make it happen at that time, and it arrives later. So for instance, here's something that we're seeing. We're seeing no SCV scout, right? Yeah, no. And we're seeing straight into the reactor. This is so unsafe. I mean, this is dangerous. He has no idea what is coming. So on the other side, I mean, Serral could be sending out 6 Zerglings. He could have gone for the early pull, which he didn't, and sent Zerglings across, and this base would have been cancelled. I mean, he would have been in a world of problems. But this is GuMiho. He doesn't care. He just does his own thing. So we'll see where this goes for him. Now on the other side, Serral. I mean, Serral plays as standard. I think standard often is kind of referenced as the way Serral is playing. The reason why he's so good is because he plays standard so much better than everyone else. And that's really his thing. So it'll be interesting to see how Serral, who does things the way he should be, just mechanically so sound, goes up against GuMiho, who just kind of does whatever he wants to. Now don't get me wrong, GuMiho is very strong mechanically, he's good at it with his micro, but we'll have to see what he does against Serral. This could be an interesting one. I do realize that this is the second Zerg versus Terran that I'm posting in a row, and that I have been casting a lot of both of these players, but I think you can forgive me, especially if this is a really good match, because the matchup is just so insane. In terms of where these players are standing, hello, Marines going for a walk, trying to get the, yep, look, there goes GuMiho. He's flying his barracks out so that these Marines can get the Overlord. Like, why? Pretty good though. At the same time, he is making a starport. Is he going to... we'll have to see whether he goes for a more mech based, which GuMiho is known for, or just if he goes back to bio. Serral on the other hand, he's gone for a quick Roach Warren. So I'm assuming he's going to want to do a little bit of pressure with the Roach Warren. He's only off of 1 gas, so I don't think it's going to be a very dedicated pressure. Just a little bit, get some damage done. 5 roaches, 6 roaches on the production tab. We'll see if he can get some damage with them. At the same time, he is starting to spread his creep, and the Hellions are just roaming around trying to stop it a little bit. Anyway, like I was saying, in terms of these two players' Eligulac rankings, which is a statistics website, it covers all of the pro matches. It's actually a really great resource. And it kind of just gives as much of an accurate statistical analysis of the top players in StarCraft 2. So we're seeing roaches walking across. At the same time, we're seeing a medevac flying. So we're going to see 2 players attacking at the same time. I will get back to my Eligulac rambling as soon as we see what happens here. Hellion is going to transform into a Hellbat. Nice for tanking a little bit of that damage. At the same time, there's nothing here to help defend. Like, absolutely nothing. Even the Hellions are moving across this side. 6 workers are going down, 7. But at the same time, Like, where do I need to show my camera? There's so much going on. These queens should be able to deal with this drop. At the same time, the Hellions are running into the natural. They're going to be roasting a little bit. The roaches are still doing their thing. Oh, this is so much damage. 22 workers going down. 23 versus the 15. There is a Banshee out. Banshee's going to help clean up these roaches. But these Hellions, they're still going at it. Oh no, this is an insane amount of damage. This is some serious early game damage from GuMiho. Wow. Okay, very interesting to see these two clashing so early. And yeah, in terms of what was lost, that's 15 SCVs going down, 29 drones. Serral is in a bit of a deficit, and when I say a bit, I mean in a lot. He is in some serious trouble. He's gonna have to work hard to stabilize himself. He's still ahead on workers, but as a Zerg player, being on 37 workers, that is not where you want it to be. He's going to have to remake those drones that he lost, and that cuts into a lot of things. That means if GuMiho puts on a pressured attack now, which he shouldn't really be doing, but yeah, Serral would be in a little bit of trouble. That was a very exciting opening to this game. At this stage, floating up, so Starport is going to move across. Barracks is going to go down so that he can start working on, I'm assuming, Stimpack first. Yep, there it is. And reactor being built on the Starport so that he can start pumping out medevacs 2 at a time. Couple of Zerglings moving across. Serral still doesn't have Zergling speed. That's quite funny. Obviously with the Roach push he didn't get it, but yeah. Now he doesn't have Zerglings with speed. I wonder if he's forgotten about it? Because he has the gas. Oh, maybe not. He's going for the Roach speed at the moment. So he's probably planning on staying on Roaches for a little bit. GuMiho at the same time, he's being a little bit annoying with his Marines, just trying to get rid of some Overlords. Doing actually quite a good job. This is an interesting interaction. Like, they can see each other. It's a stand down at high noon between a Zergling and a Banshee. Mr. Zergling, I don't want to be funny, but I think this is a fight you're not going to win. Okay, Roach is helping to get rid of that medevac. Okay, I've got a little bit of time, so let's go across these two. Their Alegia-like rankings. Serral, obviously, is ranked #1 in the world in StarCraft 2 at the moment. That is insane. He is doing very well in tournaments and all matchups. I think most people would say that it's safe to say that, wow, some people would say that his Zerg versus Zerg is his weakest matchup. But that's not saying much because he's so strong in it, and there's very few players. I think you're gonna have to look at the really top Zergs like Rogue and Dark and maybe Reyna as the only ones who can really take him in that matchup. So, and that's also only sometimes. GuMiho, on the other hand, he is ranked 13 in the world, which is really good. He's just outside the top 5 of Terran players. Yeah, that's very good. There's nothing to sneeze at, and especially because he's been climbing steadily recently, and the way he's playing is just so very different to how the other Terrans are playing. He is so not scared to just do something that would seem, at least to guys like Maru, as being a little bit absurd. I love the use of the Raven here. Gets a bile on the tank there. The Raven is nice. He doesn't have to use his scans for clearing the creep. The Raven's just going to do that for him. Also, the Raven does have a couple of spells that will help make this Roach army quite squishy. The Doritos spray that it's got, anti-armor missile, that reduces enemy units by, well, actually it can reduce all units. It can actually hit your own units. But yeah, it will reduce their armor by 3. When you've got units like Roaches that are technically armored, and it's reducing that armor, that's a pretty good spell to have. At the same time, we see Serral going into his lurkers. The lurker den is on the way. He's got the Hydras already, so he's going to be transitioning from this Roach army to a Lurker Viper style, probably with Lings and Banes mixed in. Serral, obviously a big fan of his Vipers. He's very good with the use of Vipers. He uses them to change fights. Nice little scuffle going on here. Serral chasing. Okay. Random bile. A little bit of a misclick there. Not that it's actually like doing anything, but there you go. 5 lurkers, 6 lurkers on the production tab. They're going to help with defense. And as soon as those upgrades are done, then he's going to be able to attack with them. Terran units coming back in, trying to get rid of a queen, trying to get rid of some creep, not being able to. This is every time. I mention it in every game that I watch Serral play, but his creep spread is so fantastic, and it is really one of his defining factors as a Zerg player. Misrallied Marines, they get eaten up by roaches. Figuratively, of course, not literally. Roaches do not eat Marines, they're actually vegetarians. Yeah, fun fact, most people don't know that. I'm talking nonsense. I don't know if that's true. Probably not. Okay, so we have the single Viper out now. We have a bunch of lurkers. This is a very marine heavy army. Okay, there come some of the marauders. They're going to come help out here. Tanks get yoinked into lurker range. This is seeming to be a pretty good engagement for Serral. Yeah. This is the thing about Serral. Like, if you took most other Zerg players and you look at the damage that GuMiho did to them, they would have been, you know, so far behind. But Serral, he's not. He's just fighting in it. Although one thing that I'm not very keen on is the upgrades. GuMiho is getting his 3-3 and Serral's getting only +2 carapace. He's at +1-1 for ranged and melee, but ugh. You do not want to be in an upgrade deficit against Terran. Terrans are so strong when they have those upgrades. Marines, it affects their attack quite a lot. Ooh, nice little use of the lurkers here, getting from 2 angles. That means that GuMiho is going to have to use 2 scans to get rid of them, which is really annoying. At the same time, they're working on the planetary. Yeah, this is hard to engage. One runs away. Alright, I think this one might fall. But hopefully it can get some damage done. No. GuMiho is going to be safe. At the same time, Serral pushing with his main army straight through these bases. He's trying to get in between the third and the natural. Lurkers are down. A couple of blinding clouds going down, making those tanks useless. Oop. They're back. Yeah, this is a very difficult army to engage into as if you're GuMiho. Once those lurkers have set up, it's hard to get rid of them. This lurker still just stopping mining from the space. Nice use of the lurkers. Expensive, considering they don't get damage, but very good. GuMiho at this stage, he is going into Ghosts. Ghosts going to be very useful for dealing with the Zerg army. Yeah, there we go. Just getting a couple of snipes down. So now Serral's decided to go for +3 carapace and +2 melee upgrades. That's interesting. Meanwhile, he's got lurkers and hydras, so he's probably planning on using a lot of zerglings. Yeah, upgrades. GuMiho is going to be in the lead again very shortly. Baneling speed is finishing up. That's going to be very useful for getting rid of those clumps of marines as well as the ghosts. Ghosts are a little bit weak to, or susceptible to, Baneling, so yep, there we go. We see 13 morphing in all at once. This stage we've got GuMiho on 4 bases. Oh, goodbye, little Ravager. While Serral has 4, 5, 6 bases coming up now. So Serral is doing well in terms of bases. Sorry, I had a little bit of a pause there. Maybe through the just before I paused. You might have heard a little bit of a noise. My phone was ringing, and someone was trying to sell me insurance. So you know, nice way to interrupt my video. People selling insurance. Absolutely always wonderful. Oh, we see Serral pushing up here. GuMiho's army a little bit out of position. Ooh, here comes the ghosts. And the snipes are going off. Run, run away. Supply a little bit in the lead for Serral now. GuMiho still got the upgrade lead, but that's only going to last a little bit of time. We also see a Nidus coming up for Serral, so is he going to be trying to get a couple of Niduses in here? GuMiho seems to be ready to defend it. And besides, well, I mean, as a Terran, against a Terran, getting a Nidus in here is always pretty good. This is a very far forward base. Yeah, here we see the Overseer going to have a look. There is a Viking in place. There are Marines and a Ghost, and Snipe goes down. Ambitious, but yeah, that is not going to work. I wonder if GuMiho knows that this base is coming up. So far, Serral is taking the entire map. This is the one problem that I think GuMiho is going to run into, is he's going to run out of he's going to run out of resources because Serral's just trying to take every single base on the map. Ooh, a couple of lurkers in an odd spot. Meanwhile, Serral is pushing into this base. A lot of Zerglings. The Vipers are going to come in. They're going to probably throw some yoinks in there, get rid of the siege tanks. Got to be careful for the Vikings. Liberators are being set up. That is one base down. Oh, wait, never mind. GuMiho just lifted it up. That is the one advantage of having the orbital. You can just lift it up and run away, as opposed to having it destroyed if it was a planetary. Planetary offers some protection, but being able to lift off does help quite a lot. He did lose 11 workers, which is obviously not ideal. A Nidus worm coming up in between his two gases. Is Serral going to use it to ferry drones across? I doubt, because here they all come. That'll be an interesting use of it if that's what his plan was. Nidus on the other side, maybe he's going to do the same on this, by this base. Just using it, very interesting use of it to ferry his units around a little bit, probably as reinforcements. He is also at the same time going for the Spire, so that could be to go into Greater Spire. Whoa, Baitlings. Big engagement here on this side. Hydra's working on this base. Baneling's getting a lot of damage done there. Not a bad fight there, but GuMiho does push it away and defends. 8 infestors coming up. That is a lot. We see a nuke at the same time busy being built. They're getting all of the tech. So yeah, I wonder if the Spire is going to be used for Broodlords. I'm assuming that's the case. Let's have a look at the upgrades quickly. +3 Carapace and +2 for both. Serral getting his +3/+3 attack upgrades. So he's going to be, in a little bit of time, completely up caught with the upgrades. Where are those infestors? Are they on their way? There's 2 there. There they start coming. I hope we get to see Serral neural parasiting. Did he research it? He did. So Serral likes to do this. He uses an infestor to neural parasite the ghosts, and then uses the ghost to cast EMP on the other ghosts, which it's insane micro required to do this without the infestor being spotted. So it will be interesting to see if he gets it right. So this is what he does. He just hides infestors just in plain sight and waits for the perfect opportunity. There's ghosts. Oh, they're so clumped up. Serral, if you see this, this is your opportunity right here. Okay, the ghosts are walking away. They're going to be safe for now. The drop coming down here, trying to get rid of this base. It's going to be defended quite well. Trying to add some damage in. Oh, the infestor got taken down. Ghosts being picked up into the medevacs. Interesting. Probably just to save them. Big army coming in here onto the 4th base of GuMiho, or the 3rd base. I actually can't remember the order that it was taken. 7 more workers going down. Serral is at almost 100 drones. GuMiho is on 58. He is going to be able to throw army after army into this Terran base, and yeah, I think GuMiho is going to be in a little bit of a tough spot to try to stop this. How does he get this right? How does he come back so strong? Greater Spire is on the way. Yeah, GuMiho is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Another infestor, come on. You know you want to do it. You know you want to do it. Do it now, do it now. Go Serral, go. Ghosts being split up a little bit. That's a lot of ghosts. How many does he have? He's got 22 ghosts. There it is. Boom, and the EMP comes down. All of those ghosts are at half energy at least. I love it when he does that. That is so good. Such good control. Yeah, they not gonna have the amount of snipes that they had before. GuMiho realizing that he doesn't like this, he's trying to build up a couple of Oh, it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. Trying to get missile Terrans up so that they can be spotted. Fungal going down on these ghosts. That means the Banelings are gonna try come in and get something done. Yeah, decent defense there from GuMiho, but his supply is dwindling. He has a lot more army, but that's the thing about Serral. He doesn't actually care too much. He can just keep throwing army after army. He can replenish. His bank is looking really good, whereas GuMiho, he's a little bit tight on money. Good fungal going down here on all those ghosts, but they are going to quite comfortably get rid of those hydras. They do cloak. Yeah, when they don't have energy, you got to be careful. What are you going to do? Snipe, cloak, Nidus Worm coming up. Ghost trying to get rid of the workers. Snipes on workers. It's an expensive use of snipe. I guess it's just energy. And any worker kills are good kills. Anything gonna pop out here? I doubt. Yeah, no, that gets stopped. Yeah, Serral is just containing GuMiho so hard on 4 bases, and if we look at his minerals, he's out in the natural, out. And yeah, these 2 bases, this must have been the 3rd base. This one's running very low. GuMiho's income is less than half of Serral's income. That is not ideal. A little drone here being annoying. So he's going to try to take this base. He has a command center flying over at the moment, the orbital command. Yeah, 699 income. That is not enough. Meanwhile, Serral, he's just going. There's not much that's going to stop him. I think this was... GuMiho was in such a good position, but now... Good yoink coming down on the Liberator. That means that they go out of their liberation mode, and yep, here's another base going down. Okay, it does float up. Serral in a very good position. He just does some damage, then retreats. Builds up his army again, goes back in, waits for the Terran to move to the other side. GuMiho is now in the position where he needs to defend multiple spots, and he has to decide where to defend. So the minute he sends his reinforcements on this way, Serral withdraws. The reinforcements go back to reinforce this area, and then Serral just goes straight back in. I mean, there's no point trying to retake this base. 65 minerals. Meanwhile, Serral has been... Oh no, did I miss it again? I think, yeah, no, he got it again. Got an Infester to neural the ghost and then EMP. Most people can't do this like once in 5 games. Serral has just done it, what is this, 2 or 3 times in a single match. Oh, I wish I could play like these guys. I mean, don't we all? Even GuMiho. It's not just like I know I'm a Serral fanboy and I keep like raving over it, but I mean, GuMiho is holding his own really well. He's been contained, but he's still managing to keep in there. His army supply is equal to that of Serral. He's literally only down really in terms of worker. Okay, we see a big engagement coming off here. Some blinding clouds onto the tanks. This looks like it's the beginning of the end for GuMiho. The ghosts are still alive. That's very important. The ghosts are the core, the backbone of this army, and they can deal with so much. But Serral's just making Zerglings. He doesn't care. He's going to make Zerglings and Banelings and just keep throwing down. 102 Zerglings being morphed in. GuMiho is now going for a push. I think he's just trying to get some damage done. A couple of snipes going to go down. That's nice and all, but these ghosts are in trouble. I think GuMiho is running out of gas. Serral just moving the army, constantly reinforcing, doing so much damage. He has just choked the life out of GuMiho in this game. Now a couple of Zerglings here into this base doing some damage. Not too much, just 2 workers going down. Single Zergling feeling very brave. He's just using his Zerglings. He's got the minerals. He can do this all day long. Army supply still relatively close, but the workers is meaning that Serral's just able to reinforce so much quicker. EMP coming down onto the actually I think it just went off the Overseer, which is not ideal. 26 Banelings. Oh no, how many Zerglings have gone down? 691 Zerglings have gone down in this matchup. Oof! Oh well, doesn't matter, they've been getting value. Fungal goes down on this army. This base is in trouble. And this army is in trouble. The ghosts are falling. GuMiho, does he have enough left here? I think that Serral may have taken a GG. Serral takes the game in an amazing comeback after GuMiho dealt a lot of damage in the early game. Whew. That was a blast to cast. What a great game. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to drop a like rating. I do appreciate all the support on the videos. If you want to see more StarCraft content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm posting videos almost every day. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.